Yo guys, what's going on? Acez is here today with another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Escape from Tarkov Arena, mainly because we haven't talked about it. It is dead, and that's extremely concerning for a brand new product that just came out and didn't even last a wipe cycle, but I would say it probably didn't even last a month. And I'm going to give you my personal perspective on why I think Arena didn't perform well and why I chose not to play it just after the first 2 days of actually playing it. So let's hop into it. Before we do, make sure to leave a like, make sure you're subscribing, and also, this primarily stems from a small segment in the financial report that killed Tarkov video because it had confirmed my suspicions about Arena. I had actually planned on making a video about Arena a few weeks ago, but I didn't really feel like it because it really isn't something I cared too much about. But after seeing my suspicions somewhat confirmed, I figure we should hop on here and at least talk about it. And it's already been 2 weeks since I made a video for you guys. So, Arena was, in my opinion, the most hyped up thing for Escape from Tarkov in a very, very long time. We have hype for updates, we have hype for a lot of things in Tarkov, but we didn't have a true marketing push, true hype for something for a long time when it comes to Arena. And the thing about it is when Arena first came out, number one, day one, it was unplayable. It was unplayable on day one. It was just completely broken. The rollout of Arena was absolutely terrible in waves. And I'm going to be honest with you. We've been playing Tarkov for how long? We are used to the servers being absolutely shit on the first few days anyway. Just give everybody access instead of gatekeeping the game and giving it to all the streamers first. That was something that a lot of people were upset about. But the thing I think was the main two things that were the catalyst in Arena not succeeding at all was number one, the extremely grindy XP progression system, and number two being that the promised skills and progress transferring between your Escape from Tarkov PMC and your Escape from Tarkov characters over on Arena wasn't in the game. In fact, I haven't even seen anything talked about it since like trailers. We were supposed to be able to level up our PMC in Arena and have all of those skills being transferred over to the main game. So if I wanted on day one of Wipe to just grind Arena for, say, I don't know, 10 hours and get my strength up to, level 5 and my endurance up to level 10, I could do that in Arena. I wouldn't have to play the main game. We don't have that. We did not see that. So the moment that I was made aware that there is technically no reason to play Arena, then it became a completely useless thing. And I think that's what happened for a lot of us. I think Arena is essentially useless. Why would we play Arena when we can just play Tarkov? There has to be an incentive for us to play Arena. And if the incentive is just to shoot other PMCs, we can just play Factory. Honestly, the maps aren't that bad in Arena, but there is still no incentive. When you are playing Escape from Tarkov, even if you're playing Factory, there is a huge incentive of bringing other PMC's loot out of the raid. There are other lootable objects. There is a boss on Factory, for example. If you kill Tagilla, you can make a few 100,000 and come out of a raid with tier 6 armor. There's a reason for it. There is absolutely zero incentive to play Arena. And I think that is the biggest downfall of it. If there's no incentive to play, then why would we play? And I think that's why we see Arena with under 200 viewers right now on Twitch. This is literally on a Sunday night at 7:45 p.m. There is under 200 viewers on Twitch. And there's maybe like 20 people streaming it. And the top streamer has maybe 35 viewers. That is insane. That makes no sense. Imagine what it is on a weekday in the middle of the day. Probably under 100. So Arena was just an absolute massive flop, and it's something I've been thinking about for a while and was purely confirmed off of the recent video that I mentioned earlier in this one here today, the financial report that killed Escape from Tarkov. And I think the points mentioned were absolutely correct. And I think this is why we saw microtransactions added to Tarkov. It really just kind of confirmed everything I was suspecting. And that's BSG just didn't make a hit. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think Russia 2028, their single player game that's probably going to come out in 2028, I think that's going to be a massive success because there's already a massive amount of support for single player Tarkov-esque. You know, I think the day before, I know triggering topic, but the day before, in my opinion, on paper was a great game. It was a shit company and a shitty rushed out product, but the design and the thought, it was there. And the thing that we are yearning for is a single player-esque or mass multiplayer online experience that you can be a solo player and play these types of looter shooter survival games and have fun. And we have that with Tarkov still, but the game has changed so much over the years that I think a lot of us are starting to look for another option because of how much Tarkov has actually changed. And Arena was supposed to kind of give us something new, but at the same time still be Tarkov. And we did get that product. It's just a product that we don't want to play. So I think there is still massive opportunity in the market when it comes for the next thing that Battlestate Games wants to work on. But I think right now, they might be in a little bit of a panic mode. And it's completely understandable. Arena has under 200 viewers on Twitch. Now, you can't base the game's performance off of Twitch viewers, but you kind of can. Tarkov still has over 30,000. So you have pretty much the same game, just in different formats, and one is dead and one is still alive as per usual. It's a little concerning. So I wanted to talk about Arena today simply because I just get a bad vibe from Arena. It's not the product that I thought it was supposed to be, where I can level up my skills and everything like that. And it's just way too grindy. And right now, like, there's an event where every single kit is unlocked and you get a bunch of money for free to use those kits. Nobody's playing it, even with the event. That's concerning. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe. I'll talk to you very soon. I'm out.